feels like there's a new trend popping up every week, every day. Um, and there's trends and trend setters and trending, and you get the point. But are some trends trend enders? That's the question that we will be exploring today on One Takes All. Because why? I don't know. I just wrote it down and I was like, that's kind of an interesting idea. Um, so, on that note, yes, trends and trends. When do trends transition from being a trend to becoming timeless? When does a trend no longer a trend and just a fact or just a way of life? Or I don't know. You get what I'm saying, right? Like when is it no longer a trend but just like a commonplace thing that has yet to go away? How long does the average trend last? Obviously, the type of trend will vary on how long its shelf life would be, right? Sure. Uh, but, like, at what point does the trend transcend trending and become timeless or something like that? You know what I'm saying? You get what I'm saying? Okay. The one example that I wrote down, which I probably should have wrote down a few more, but the one example is plants in the home. That is obviously um, one that has been around for a very long time, but has become a lot more trendy in the past decade. In fact, the home plant industry has grown quite significantly, so much so that it's kind of an ecological problem. Haha. Um, but yeah, like okay, so that was like a thing at some point. Hold on, there's a plant. Look, there's a plant. That was a thing in the olden days too. There was plants in the home, but then it became like a whole thing. Now there's like so many people with so many plants in their home, and I love it. I wish I was better at taking care of plants because I love plants, but yeah, I'm not very good at that. Anyway, point being, so that became super popular, and everyone was buying plants, and all the home improvement stores sell plants and have a plant section, including Walmart, which is just like a superstore, I guess, basically, and Target, and you know, so that became a whole thing. But like, that's obviously not going away anytime soon. I suppose the trendiness of it might slow down, but I would say at this point it is kind of transcending the trend phase. Like it's no longer just a trend. It's like it's just how people live now. They just have a lot of plants in their home, which is awesome and stuff. But like, what other trends took over and then were never replaced again? Trying to think of another one. I can't think of it. Um, I I don't want to say something stupid like the internet because obviously that was trending at some point, but um, everyone has it now because it's kind of a necessity. So, but yeah, trend enders. But also, like the opposite of that is like what would come along and end the trend of plants in the home. You know, is there something that could actually usurp that or supersede that? Like, what would that be? I don't know. I don't know. I don't think there will be anything. I think it's here to stay forever. Mostly, within reason. What else? What else? There's something. There's got to be something else that actually works as an example in this situation. um. Influencers. There you go. That's one. Kids overwhelmingly nowadays want to be an influencer, um, which I still don't fully understand exactly what that is. Is a thought leader separate from an influencer? Those terms are like both very trendy. Like an influencer in my mind, like they just like hawk products that they use in their daily life, right? So it's like just like their life being documented, but it's like all ad placements, essentially, like Keeping Up with the Kardashians or something, but small scale, I guess. But yeah, influencers. So like every kid wants to be an influencer now. And I guess I'm a part of that group, or I was when I was a kid. I mean, I suppose I still am now because I'm still doing it. But I don't know. It's not like what I want to be. I guess, I don't know. When I was younger, when I was like 11 and 12 and stuff, like I wanted to be like a big YouTuber. I mean, granted, being a big YouTuber at 12 years old sounds terrible now in retrospect, but yeah, that was a thing that I wanted. I don't know. But yeah, I mean, I feel like the hold on, chair is sinking again. Okay. But yeah, I feel like the idea of being an influencer, like being the number one job kids want to be nowadays, want to have nowadays, will that be overtaken? I feel like it's going to take some time, quite some time, for that to be overtaken by a different position or a different thing. I don't know. I mean, it's interesting. I feel like it makes sense as far as that being like a trend ender, as people like ending up there in the long term of human existence. Like, when I think about the dissection, when I try to dissect what an influencer is in my mind, or at least in the context of what the media explains it as, and then also what kids are meaning by it, it's like kids want to just like talk about stuff they like and make stuff and like blah. So like, in the perfect world, people could then people wouldn't have to work. Our base needs are being taken care of for us by technology and blah blah blah. So people don't have to work the way they used to anymore, like we do now. So in that future, when it's just time to think and time to make shit and fuck around and do nothing. I mean, yeah, like, of course everybody wants to be an influencer. Of course everybody wants to sit around and write poetry and, like, talk about stuff that they're interested in. And, like, So will the trend of wanting to be an influencer ever be superseded? I don't know. Is it a trend ender? What else is trendy? Oh, display fonts. Is that the right term? Hold on. Display fonts. Let's see. Popular display fonts? Because people fucking love display fonts nowadays. Is it display fonts? I feel like it is. Like it's almost like a serif font, but like the ones that I see the most often, you got like, okay, yeah, here we go. Like these fucking weird ass ones. I love them, by the way. Don't get me wrong. They're just super popular. And it's like a whole different thing now. Here we go. So we got like this kind of shit, this kind of thing, super popular. It's like a little retro. It's like a little, sharp, edgy, different. This is wild. That's an eh. That's insane. No. Yeah, like, yeah, this kind of stuff, right? these crazy display fonts, especially these kind where it's like really sharp and really fat in some areas and skinny in others. Like the Canva users just love them. They just eat them up. Just eat it up. Now, will we ever go back to boring display fonts? I don't know. Yeah. I feel like this topic's kind of a weird one. Hard to explain. The point of the topic is like, are there the things that we're calling trendy right now, are some of them just going to stick around forever? Like Web3, crypto, NFTs, those were trendy for a good while. They created a whole economic bubble, truly. And a lot of people believe that it's dead now, or dying, or basically dead. But a lot of people also believe that it'll just come back in a slightly different way and stronger, and and it's I think that the technology of it all is probably something that could be explored more and blah blah blah. But it's definitely like I think it's a little bit bigger than a trend. It's not quite a trend per se. It's like it's a whole ecosystem of shit. So yeah. Makes sense? Picking up what I'm putting down? Okay, good enough. That's it. That's all for that topic. Now we're on to miscellaneous. Topic's over. Now I get to talk about whatever I want to talk about. And yeah, I got a lot of shit done today. I went to work. I worked. I got gas. I picked up more juice for my vape. I went to the grocery store. I cooked dinner. I did laundry. I did dishes. I scheduled the appointment for my car maintenance. I made a tutorial for my friend who needed some help with an Illustrator thing, or like a little walkthrough video. I did a lot, and like literally, I mean, I'm just like, it's 9:45, and I'm just now getting to this part of my day where I can like stop doing stuff. I made dinner. I made a bean burrito dinner. Slightly more than just a bean burrito. It was like beans, cheese. I had a whole bunch of green onions that I had bought for the last thing I made, but I didn't wind up using them. So I just chopped up the entire thing of green onions and threw it in there because I didn't want to waste them. And then yeah, cheese, that salsa, and a cup of rice. And yeah, it's actually pretty good. Put those in some tortillas, put that in a pan, throw some cheese on top, bake it for like 20 minutes. Now I got lunch for tomorrow, and I've got 5 more in the freezer. So yeah, kind of a lot today. A little bit too much. I've got a feeling tomorrow I'm gonna like refractor, like just like shrink back. Like I was talking about in the last video, be careful about labor and or creativity binges. So, but I was just kind of behind on a lot of things, so I just had to get a lot of stuff done today. And yeah, busy. What else? I feel like there was other things that I wanted to mention to you. It probably was other things that I just can't remember right now. It's getting hot. I was driving home and my car said it was 100 degrees outside. I don't know if I really believe that, but I don't think even the high today was, let's see, 5.2, weather. I guess it was 97 today, so 98 tomorrow. How exciting. Yeah, I don't know if you can hear it, but the AC's on. It's on. And now I get to live with that. And the cost of it. But yeah, basically already at 100 degrees. Not totally there, but basically. Just looks like we're like teetering back and forth into the 80s and into the 90s for the rest of the month, I guess. Let's see. Oh, yeah. Let's check what SRP was yesterday. I mean, I'm gonna imagine that today is gonna be worse. Okay. I only used $1.17 yesterday. Not bad. Not bad. Saturday, April 1st, which is probably when I first turned on the AC, was $2.50. I'm just not excited. I'm just not excited, that's all. You get it. Okay. Well, since I can't remember anything else to talk about, blah, blah, blah. Oh, I really want to, well, I mean, not necessarily that I want to, but I'm feeling like it's getting to the point where I should probably try to, like, shift my entire Instagram content, which I don't really make any Instagram content anymore, but thinking about, I'm just shifting it like straight to graphic design and try to like hawk my graphic design services, because honestly, I could do that all day. I could do graphic design all day. But yeah, I mean, yeah, I don't know. We'll see. But I think that would be a fun little thing, like trying to like just practice more and experiment more and sharing that on Instagram and, you know, cold messaging people more often and stuff like that. I think that would be fun, or at least interesting to see if I could actually get results that way. But yeah, I just want more freelance work. I don't know why I do, because it's like I already got enough going on. Why do I want more? But graphic design is relatively simple, so it's not like a mentally exhausting thing per se. I don't know. It's something worth exploring, I suppose. Okay. I'm gonna go watch some television before I have to go to bed. It's already fucking 10 o'clock. Today was just like, shoop. Gone. Gone. It's done. It's over. Day's over. Sorry. Alright, well, thank you for joining me today. I look forward to our next chat, which is sometime, someplace, somehow. And until then, I hope you have a delightful week. And yeah. I can definitely feel things getting a bit easier. Like the more that I sort of like, you know, like I was talking about in the last video, like the more I'm sort of just like putting a little bit of more consistent effort in, it's getting a little bit easier to do things. Definitely getting more done than I was a couple weeks ago, which is nice to see, because I've been in quite a rut. So anyway, until next time. Ta-da, ta-da, ta-ta. Ta-ta.